Frank Lloyd Wright was an architect, an interior designer, a writer, and an educator. Over the period of 70 years, he designed more than 1,000 structures. 532 of them were completed. Wright's work includes many innovative examples of different building types, including churches, schools, skyscrapers, hotels, and museums. He also developed the concept of the Usonian home, which is a small, single-family house. Wright also designed many of the interior elements of his buildings, such as furniture and stained glass. Frank Lloyd Wright was a leader of the Prairie School movement and its most influential architect. The Prairie School was mostly focused on residential architecture. Working mainly in the Chicago area, Wright completely transformed the American house. He introduced an open plan layout and the widespread use of unfinished natural materials. His low-pitched houses were in harmony with the flat landscape, creating a connection between the house's inside and outside, as well as between the house and its surroundings. And this style is best exemplified in his most famous building, the Falling Water House, designed in 1935 in Pennsylvania. This has been called the best all-time work of American architecture, and some people even say it is the most famous private home in the world. Wright's philosophy of organic architecture was masterfully accomplished in the Falling Water House. Wright built the house above the waterfalls, and from a distance, the house appears as a series of horizontal rock formations floating above the water stream that runs under the house. Here are some of the other most notable residential homes designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, including his own. The Frank Lloyd Wright Home and Studio. Located in Oak Park, Illinois, it was the famous architect's residence and studio. He lived and worked here from 1889 until 1909. Taliesin, sometimes known as Taliesin East, Taliesin Spring Green, or Taliesin North. Taliesin was Frank Lloyd Wright's personal home studio and architectural laboratory in Spring Green, Wisconsin. It is one of his most significant works, embodying his philosophy of organic architecture, where buildings harmonize with their surroundings. Taliesin's history is marked by architectural brilliance, but also personal tragedy. In 1914, a servant set fire to the house and murdered 7 people, including Wright's mistress, Mama Borthwick Cheney, and her children. In 1925, a lightning strike triggered another devastating fire, which once again destroyed much of the home. Despite these tragedies, Wright rebuilt and modified Taliesin, making it a living example of his evolving architectural ideas. Taliesin West. Taliesin West in Arizona was Frank Lloyd Wright's winter home, studio, and architectural school from 1937 until he died in 1959. Today, it remains one of his most celebrated works. Hollyhock House. It was built in Los Angeles between 1919 and 1921. The Hollyhock House is inspired by ancient Maya temples and, along with other buildings such as Ennis House, is sometimes referred to as an example of Mayan revival architecture. Wingspread, or the Herbert F. Johnson House. It was completed in 1939 in Wisconsin, widely considered to be one of Wright's most beautiful houses. It is one of the largest residences designed by Wright, who also called the building the last of his prairie-style houses. Wright's foremost urban work is the Guggenheim Museum in New York. Wright worked on this project for 16 years, from 1943 to 1959, and it's one of the most important architectural landmarks of the 20th century. The building is wider at the top than at the bottom. Its interior is similar to the inside of a seashell. This building is very different from any other traditional museum. Its geometric design allows visitors to see the Guggenheim's art collection by walking down the slowly descending central spiral ramp. Wright did over 700 sketches of the Guggenheim Museum before he found the right one. The Guggenheim Museum became one of his most iconic designs and was designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2019. As of now, 8 buildings designed by Frank Lloyd Wright have been added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, recognizing their profound influence on the development of modern architecture. The greatest ever American architect, Frank Lloyd Wright, had a long and prolific career, creating some of the world's most recognizable buildings. His work shaped modern architecture, and his ideas continue to be studied and admired today.